San Fernando, Pampanga. Hello and welcome yet again to the seaba Under-16 FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. I'm Paulo de Rosado. Game against Indonesia. They only won by 9, and they feel they should do better as Malaysia strike first.
If there is one thing they have to improve there in Spao is we have a lot of tall players, a couple of 6'6" guys, and also a lot of 6'3s. So in other words, we really have to dominate the paint for Singapore.
Here's Cruz driving inside. That's a tough shot, but he makes it anyway.
And I was just at least 45 seconds early when I said it.
Take a look first at Cruz, proving Coach Ryan Gregorio right.
One of our best shooters in the roster.
Well, speaking of where Malaysia will get their offense, a 3-ball here from Malaysia early on as Jeremy gets a 3-pointer to go. In terms of willing to live with, as there's another turnover. Gilas Pilipinas, Cruz going forward, finding the man open in the corner. That's good.
This is what I actually like to see, players creating scoring opportunities of Coach L.A. Tenorio.
Cruz finding a teammate in the corner. Pascual draining that triple. Yeah. You mentioned it a while ago, one of the best teams in forcing steals. And going inside, that's a good basket as Malaysia ties it up at 7.
Ball security, something that we have to do better.
Miguel Rohit has been trying to force another turnover. A little bump and an easy finish inside.
So we have to constantly attack this 2-2.
Ivan Tanchi running the break here. Finding the man at the wing. Drive inside, pulls up for the jumper, that's good.
This guy is automatic. He is a professional scorer at the age of 16.
Pascual. Finding the cutting Tanchi.
Excellent pass by Travis Pascual. Good cut by Ethan Tanchi. Scoring another basket. Look at that backdoor cut. Tanchi receiving it, good hands, and finishing it off using the backboard.
Mga kalaban magbuboost ng confidence nila na nagalaro sila para sa national team.
Now, of course, RDO, with that being said, isa ka sa mga inspirations to many basketball players. So,
Revolutionize the 4-man position dito sa Pilipinas, being one of the first stretch bigs. And Travis Pascual gets a big triple for Gilas Pilipinas youth.
And listen to someone who spent so much time, served the country so well by playing basketball. Speaking of stretch, that was a stretch shot by front of your jersey. And the other thing is, Pau, and this is something that is very important, to develop lifelong friendship.
Yeah.
Look at LA.
She's very much a driving force in the SPP.
Oh, yes, also a source of inspiration.
100%.
Especially with our women's program. We are really...
Gilas Pilipinas, Caballero. Oh, and what a swat from Patkam.
This guy is so fearless. This Caballero.
Take a look at that again. Ganda ng timing ng block.
That's right.
But at the same time, I can guarantee
in this particular tournament, this age level, since 2011, Philippines champions for 5 straight editions. Malaysia was actually
now running on the break. Miguel Rohit pulls up for 3. Gets it.
That is just all courage. Did not have the numbers. Stops on a dime. In double figures for his country.
That's great play from the Philippines. As Carino finishes off the pre-feed from Pascual.
Travis Pascual, one of the best in terms of issuing extra passes. Look at that. Freezing the defense a little bit with a no-look pass to Carino. Unstoppable.
Uses the pick from Carino. Goes at it by himself. Carino steals the rebound and gets 2.
He positions himself so well. He attacks the basket, goes for offensive rebound. Right, and that is exactly the shot that we will allow our opponents. Because it's just so scary. Wow.
What hand time and what a finish from Travis Pascual,
I
coach.
just have to stop because that was a highlight reel. And you know that this guy runs so well, and his ability to hang a little longer than others allows him to shoot on
go the other way. Playing it forward to Travis Pascual. First guy there, slows it down. A little hesitation. Couldn't get the first finish, but the second effort is good.
And every time he has that leather, you just...
Keeping in pace here with the smaller guard. Miguel Rohit. Good find inside, and that's a nice bucket for Patkam.
Make a little harder.
Trying to go on a 5-0 run. They get a second chance opportunity. The jumper good off the glass.
4 straight points here for Malaysia. We have to execute better. No, look at that. A shot by Rohit, or an extra pass. Good decision there by Rohit. And offensive rebound and a putback using glass.
Double team comes for Gilas Pilipinas. Ruiz had his pocket picked. And Pascual sails in for an easy 2.
Quick basket.
Miranda with a turnover. But then Joel Pascual gets it back. Pascual finds Carino. Carino using his size. The spin, the finish.
Again, Pascual dishing off to his teammate. Minutes restriction.
Due to that groin injury.
Right.
Here's Ethan Tanchi. The feed inside to Antolin.
This guy is excellent basketball IQ. Great vision, especially
Again, Ethan Tanchi attracting the attention, and Antolin with the easiest 2 of the game.
And this is what you like. This is what you want to see in this level.
Back to Miranda as they're working around the zone here. Miranda. Oh, what a find inside. Is there any doubt the reason why
From
Miranda...
his point guards. Oh, look at that pass once again.
What a find to Cruz. Miranda with a swivel on his head. Turned, he knew where to bring it.
And this is what you want.
Ruiche. And a good block there coming from Everin Cruz. Cruz playing it forward to Antolin, running the floor, easy 2.
This guy is just going to be special. He is from Pampanga.
Inside, barreling his way through. Antolin, good finish through the pressure. Bonus free throw coming right up.
It is
Pascual shown a double. Good ball movement here from Gilas Pilipinas. And Umage getting an easy 2 inside after battling down low.
just so this is now a 50-16 advantage for the Philippines.
Malaysia with a basket inside. A rare one there coming from Ruiz Zigao. Pilipinas. At that time, they get free in the corner. Malaysia drain a triple.
So sometimes I don't understand why you don't call it.
Everin Cruz, the feed inside, a little bump. And Restificar getting 2. Chuhai getting free and gets 3.
I think you mentioned this yesterday earlier during our when they start making their 3-pointers consecutively.
Well, because this is a team, talking about Malaysia, as Antolin scores 2 inside, that is not gun shy. They will take a lot of threes. If Malaysia have a very good 3-point shooting day, like what we're seeing right here, that things might get a bit dicier than other people would expect.
But they're correct. They have to pay attention on their 3-point shooters, step on the white line, force.
Again, wide open in the corner for a moment. Antolin there with the closeout. They go inside instead and they score. Malaysia are in their flow here, Coach. Take a look at that again, Coach. Malaysia just playing fundamental basketball there. The closeout with Coach Gabe Norwood. Ang sarap pakinggan. It feels like he was always going to get to that level. Talking about Gabe going straight back to Cruz. Pascual going inside and Hagi getting an easy 2.
Initially, those are not clean.
They swing it around. And Jeremy gets a triple despite the extended hand from Pascual.
The penetrators than 3-point shooters.
Tanchi, Everin Cruz, all set up for 3, gets that to fall.
47% shooter from deep. And he nails one at the top of the key.
You know, that is a modern baller. Let's take a look at that again. Tanchi with the assist. Cruz all set up. And he lined up
from Europe or even from the Americas. So you got to remember that Alan Kaidik, Jeff Chan, Ronnie Magsanok, Jimmy Alapag, those are incredible when they were still playing for the national team.
Tanchi swinging that around to Pascual. Jola Pascual gets a 3-pointer.
So much better from the 3-point area. That is one thing that we really need.
Finding the man in the corner, driving at Tanchi. Too wide with a tough finish.
I think Tanchi did a good job forcing his opponent to penetrate.
Pascual had a nice spell in that first half. Here he is again. Oh, that felt like such a slow drive inside, but it was so effective. Bringing it around again. Long pass to Jeremy. Majolo Pascual here with the finish.
That is a fundamentally sound layup. Use the board, nothing fancy. It counts for 2 points just the same.
On the attack. This time they go in, they go out. Juanye tries to do it by himself, and amongst the threes, able to lift that up.
Such a courageous basket there. But now they have to defend. They don't want to get this team so confident in taking shots from the outside. And speaking of taking shots from the outside, another shot from Rainbow Country. And that forces the hand of Coach LA to call a timeout.
Wanye to Jeremy Tan, and Jeremy Tan gets a 3 ball, but still a big Philippines lead here, 67 to 43, playing big roles in the different collegiate leagues and maybe even the pros. That's a good finish again from Malaysia in the interior. Shot clock here. Where will they go? They go to Carino. Carino puts that up. And can they beat the buzzer? Yes, they can.
Good basket again.
After what was a rough first quarter, Cruz leading the fast break here. Oh, the Euro and an easy finish inside.
Beautiful basket once again by Cruz.
It has been a competitive third quarter. We are all knotted up in scoring. Take a look at this Euro from Everrain Cruz. Pretty
Sensational.
move.
Oh yes, great finish. Matchup
Against Thailand, what's going to be a really interesting one. Oh my goodness, Pascual! What a finish coming from Travis Pascual.
Good job by our director, Julius Melo.
And Travis Pascual, he's going fast. But when you watch it live, it ran into a teammate. And here's Gilas. Caballero to beat the buzzer.
You know, he reminds me of Mark Nonoy. If he has the ball, nobody can catch him.
Put your head down and sprint. Caballero beating the buzzer and getting an extra 2 for Gilas Pilipinas. 75 to 46 going in. Went back for seconds, for thirds. Inubos yung catering daw.
And of course, we have to thank the province of Pampanga, led by Governor Delta Pineda, who made things happen, and President of
Well,
Laos.
on Coach RG, of course, I heard your reactions earlier regarding some of the skills of these kids, and Assistant Coach Gabe Norwood admitted that he reacted.
Things that we really have to compete against just to ensure that we are on the right track in terms of our basketball development.
Quarter. But they have found their rhythm, found their shots, and Gilas Pilipinas are trying to do the same here. And that's a nice bucket going inside.
Mr. Cool, once again, a perimeter mid-range.
As we take a look at Caballero, playing provider to Pascual.
Unselfish move by Caballero. That safety valve basket on top of the mountain once again.
Oh, and Miranda barreling his way through, weaving and scoring.
That tiny opening, it was enough for him. Look at him, eluded defense, a lot of defenders, and did not lose his sight on the goal, making his floater, and now with a chance for 3.
Well, Chris Miranda, what he lacks in size, he makes up in such a steady ball handler here. This time he goes all the way. Oh, Miranda, let me do it by myself.
He just finished with his left hand. Hit his
Miranda trying to feed Tanchi. Off the mark, Antolin, finally.
hard work paying off once again. Antolin with another basket.
Restificar, good contain. But Malaysia able to get the score right at the face of Carino.
For as long as in terms of your shooting percentage.
And
That's it. That's the way to do it.
Restificar getting his second basket of the game. That is Swara Yoga Sangara. Lumagi getting 2 and 1. You know, I wish referee Swara was able to catch and shoot. That would have been a great opportunity.
But another brilliant assist pass by Miranda to the streaking Lumagi. So that is what you need to do. If you're a big man, just rim run.
Yeah, it is a big motivation to prove himself even more and hopefully finally make it into the team's first group when the time is right for him. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much for that report.
We easily had more than 20 assists, so 23 to be exact. And we're scoring at will using our height advantage is limiting our opponent's scoring. Before this game, only 52.2, and now they have 57. But this is a coming out party.
Tanchi was provider in that last possession. And this time, Tanchi, basket no good, but then working inside. Lumage getting that point. Oh, that's a good drive inside. Great feed as well. And that was a great sequence there for the Malaysians.
That's again probably another room for improvement.
And Pascual couldn't get it, and Pascual will try to keep in pace with Jeremy Tan, but Jeremy Tan will get away with 2.
Good basket, eluding the defense.
The adjustments that Coach Eli Tenorio will make, because to be fair, Filipino coaches are very good when it comes to adjustment. This is the nature of the PBA. So I want to see how it changes in that matchup.
First off, we took care of our of business. We're 5-0 in the elimination round. We're going to the finals against Indonesia, the team that gave us the hardest time to win.
Yeah.
Only 9 points was the margin in last night's game.
96-61 is the final score here as Gilas Pilipinas end the seeding phase with a perfect record